Hey guys, welcome to, I'll just fix this camera up a little bit. Welcome to part number 4 for our ultimate weight loss guide. Tonight's video is all about exercise for weight loss. So we're going to go through different types of exercise that you can do. We're also going to go through the benefits of each one as well, and just a few other things that'll help you guys out in planning exercise for when you do any sort of weight loss goals whatsoever. So I'll just give it a couple more seconds to allow some people to get on. I've got my little daughter out there. She's screaming at the moment. Mum's looking after her, which is good. So we'll get stuck into it, shall we? So, exercise for weight loss, guys. Now, there's a lot of things out there. There's so much information out there about exercise. Some is great, some is dead set brilliant. But there's a lot of, for every piece of bad information there's probably for every piece of good information that there's probably 1 or 2 pieces of not so crash hot info as well. So, we're going to go through a few things today. Hopefully you guys pick up a little good stuff from this video and be able to incorporate it into your own daily routines. So the first one I want to talk about today is incidental exercise. Now, this is the sort of exercise that you can get without really knowing that you're doing exercise. So it's just stuff like walking to the shops, or getting up and just going for a quick little walk somewhere during the day rather than sitting at your desk, if you work in an office, that is, or other little things like that. So incidental exercise is stuff that you really don't know that you're doing it, but you really are. So we've got to be mindful of that, because the more incidental exercise that we actually get, the healthier that we're going to be. Keeps the body working properly, keeps all the muscles functioning properly, and it's also really good for your posture, because it stops you from sitting there constantly in one position for a while. So good way to do stuff for incidental exercises. If you do sit at a desk all day, make sure you get up every 50 minutes to an hour. Just get up, go for a 5-minute walk. It doesn't have to be a quick walk. It doesn't have to be brisk or anything like that. Just get up, walk away from your desk for a bit, walk down the hall, walk up and down the stairs, anywhere where you want to go. Just go for a 5-minute walk. And if you do that over the course of 5 days, it really adds up, because you'll end up burning, on average, and this is just average, it all depends on your weight, height, and all that good gear. But you can end up burning an extra 900 calories a week, which is quite a fair bit when you're not really trying to burn at that time. It's just getting up and going for a 5-minute walk. It's not much of your time. Your body will love you for it. Your mind will definitely love you for it, because you'll just step away from your work and your head will be so much clearer. So, number 1, incidental exercise. Let's get it done. Just 5 minutes every hour. That's all you got to do. Just go for a walk. It's not that hard at all. Make it really, really high on your priority list during your day. Other stuff, other forms of exercise that we can do. A lot of things that people, well, a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of time when people are trying to lose weight, they always tend to gravitate towards the treadmill at the gym, or they might buy a treadmill or one of those new fandangled bits of exercise equipment that you see on daytime TV. You see them everywhere, it's funny as. But a lot of people tend to gravitate towards the treadmill when they're trying to lose weight. Now, it all depends on what you're doing on that treadmill, but in the end, it's probably not the best for you. There's a lot of other stuff that you can be doing that's going to be, 1, more efficient, and 2, it's going to help you burn a lot more throughout the day. But we'll go through a bit of cardio stuff first anyway. So if you are gonna, I'd rather people, this is my opinion, I'd rather people do, if they're gonna walk, I'd rather them do it in that incidental exercise stuff that we were talking about earlier in this video, and just do it and break it up over the course of a day. Now, if you're going to do some sort of cardio, it's better to do it in short bursts rather than dragging out over a long period of time. And there's a couple of reasons behind this. Now, if you are doing slow, steady state cardio, as in walking on a treadmill for an excess amount of time, so 45 minutes or an hour, well then, yeah, you're going to be burning fat, but you're also going to start your body's going to start breaking down muscle as well. And that's something that we don't want to do, guys. We want to try and preserve our muscle mass. So we don't want to do extended bouts of cardio training, especially that steady state stuff. So try not to do that too much during in one hit anyway. Steady state cardio is good for your aerobic capacity, so your cardiovascular output. So that's basically your general fitness. It is good for that, but it can be fairly taxing on joints, especially if you are on the bigger side of things. It can be very taxing on your joints and the rest of your body as well. So just make sure you be careful with it. Break it up over the course of the day. And that's why they do say that 10,000 steps throughout the course of the day is good for you. It definitely is. So I encourage everyone to at least get their 10,000 steps in over the course of the day. Now, if you are going for those 5-minute walks every hour, well then you should be able to smash it in kind of easily. Other forms of cardio that you can do if you do go to the gym or anything like that. The rowing machine's good. It does more of a full body rather than just sort of dawdling on the treadmill. Bike's pretty good too. Less taxing on your joints. So that's pretty good as well. But other than that, guys, cardio is reasonably good, but there's definitely more efficient things out there that you can be doing for weight loss. Now, next on the list is my personal favorite, and it's gaining a lot of traction now in terms for weight loss, and that is weight training. Now, I know a lot of the women out there might be going, no, bro, I don't want to do weights because I don't want to get big. I don't want to get massive. I don't want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Even though I tell my clients all the time, I'm going to get big and bulky. Like, no, I don't really. It's more of a joke when I say it. But ladies, you're not going to get big like Arnold Schwarzenegger if you do weights. It's not going to happen. For one, the female body doesn't produce enough testosterone to be able to do it in the first place. So you can tone up, but you're not going to get absolutely massive and look like a massive bodybuilder. You can do it. There are ways that women can do that, but that's all got to do with your nutrition and your actual type of training that you're doing at the same time. Okay, so resistance training for weight loss, you're not going to get big and bulking. In actual fact, it's going to help you strip the fat off a lot more efficiently than what any cardio training would do. And the reason behind that is that, unlike fat, muscle is a metabolically active tissue, which means it actually just uses energy just to exist. So when you've got fat on you, fat doesn't use any energy whatsoever to exist in your body. It actually is stored energy. Whereas the more muscle mass you got, the higher your metabolic rate is throughout the course of the day. So you're actually going to be burning more by doing nothing. So if you've got more muscle, you'll burn more by sitting down, doing absolutely nothing. So that's the whole reason behind doing weight training. One, it will make you stronger. It'll help you easily do day-to-day activities with ease. So lifting kids, going shopping, any other day-to-day activities. It just makes it so much easier with resistance training. Just get nice and strong. But the muscle mass that it actually ends up adding on in turn raises your metabolic level. So you will use fat, you will use some fat storages whilst doing your training. So you do burn fat whilst doing your training, but then also you'll have, once that muscle mass gets added on, you'll then have a higher metabolic rate as well. So you end up burning more fat as well. So it's sort of a double whammy. It works so much better than what cardio does for fat loss in the long term. So with that, there are some exercises what you should be doing. So the exercises you should be doing with resistance training are at least double joint movements, okay? So you don't want to be sitting there, not for fat loss anyway. If you do want to do some sort of bodybuilding, well then isolation exercises are fine. But if you're just doing resistance training for fat loss, weight loss, etc., you want to do the bigger compound movements, at least double joint movements, which means obviously at least 2 joints moving in the lift. So things like squats, deadlifts, while supervised. If you are new to deadlifts, make sure you do get supervised before you start doing them by yourself. They're one of the exercises where form really needs to be strict. Otherwise, you can do some damage to yourself. So make sure you do get supervised if you're doing deadlifts. But the whole reason why you want to do at least multi-joint movements is because the more muscles that we have recruited into the movement, the more energy that we're going to be using. So we want to really try and recruit as many muscles as we can into a movement when we're training, to use the most amount of energy that we possibly can. So there's no point, if you're going out to do resistance training for fat loss, there's no point just sitting there doing bicep curls all day, because it's only your arms, well, your bicep that you're doing. Doing push-ups is fine because you're doing a whole group of muscles. So you're doing your chest, your triceps, and you're also doing your biceps sort of on the negative as well. So that's 3 groups of muscles that you're doing, and a bit of back at the same time. So there's a lot more muscles being recruited into those movements, which means more energy expenditure for that exercise. And we will put up some exercises soon on our Wednesday workouts, which we have been doing anyway. Full body exercises that recruit a whole bunch of muscles to definitely enhance the energy expenditure for that exercise session. So that's resistance training. Now, there's another type of training that you can do, which is high intensity interval training. Now, I wouldn't recommend this, not at the higher intensity anyway, for very fresh beginners. Once you're at least once your fitness has improved a little bit, where you can then start chucking this in, and that's all of our workout videos that we have done are based on this principle, and that goes on the you want to be doing it at the highest intensity that your body can actually cope with. Now, a beginner, I wouldn't really recommend going flat out to start off with. Over the course of a couple of weeks, yeah, you can definitely build the intensity up just to get your body used to it. But to start off, just make sure you concentrate on getting the movements first, and then move into the higher intensity. Now, good timings for beginners would be 20 seconds worth of work at the rate that you can handle, and then 40 seconds worth of rest for, depends on what you're doing, but I like to do 5 times around, and then 5 different exercises, 5 times around on each, gets it to a decent sized workout. So exercise that you could throw into it, make sure you chuck in all the full body movements, squats, burpees, get ups, push ups, dips, all body weight movements are great to chuck into high intensity interval training. You can chuck in sprints on the spot as well. They're all pretty good. And then you can, even if you are at the gym and you've got a set of weights there as well, you can chuck weighted work in as well. So, but stick to those timings if you are a beginner. And then as you get better at it, you can increase the amount of work and reduce the amount of rest for the exercise that you're doing. Now, there are calculators out there that you can use to calculate your metabolic rate, so you know how much you should be eating throughout the day, which I think we sort of covered on the nutrition video last week. But I'll just touch on it again in this one, just for the sheer fact, going back to that incidental exercise that we talked about, that I said you could do up to 900 extra calories a week. Now, the latest blog that we've done, the 5 no BS reasons why people can't lose weight, if you jump onto our website, at the top of that blog, you'll see a metabolic rate calculator. You can just chuck your details in there, and it'll spit out a number, which is your metabolic rate, so how many calories your body needs just to survive. So if you do jump on the website, enlivenyourfuture.com, jump on there, go to see that blog, and you'll see that metabolic calculator. Jump on there, it'll give you your number, and you can calculate all your energy needs and what you need to do during the week from there. Now, how should you plan your exercise regime for the week? So the recommendation is at least 2 weight sessions a week, so 2 resistance sessions and 3 cardio sessions. Now, it all depends on what your goal is, but you can play around with that. You can do more weight, you can do less cardio, it's entirely up to you. And you just keep on playing around with it until you find exactly what works for you. Someone like me, my goals, I just do pretty much weight work all the time. I really don't do too much cardio at all at the moment, but later on in the year I will be stepping the cardio up. So it's all about your goals, and what you really want to achieve will determine how your programming's done. So programming yourself at the moment for plain weight loss, I would definitely recommend at least one, at least 1 up to 2 weight sessions per week. Now, that doesn't have to be throwing weights around a room or anything like that. They can be body weight session, guys. You don't have to have any equipment whatsoever. And if you jump on the Facebook group, you will see there is a couple of videos in there for exercise routines, but we are coming out with more every week. So stand by for those. So back to what I was saying, definitely minimum 1, but try to look for 2 resistance sessions per week and at least 3 cardio sessions per week. Now, those cardio sessions can be spread out throughout the course of the day, but I want you to at least do one of them in one hit, but no longer than 45 minutes. We don't want to get into that muscle breakdown stage, which is going to hinder our weight loss in the long run. And that's going back to saying that the muscles in your body are metabolically active, which means if we start losing muscle, we're going to reduce our metabolic rate, which means we're going to be burning less throughout the day. So that's really about it for this one. I'm just trying to think if there's anything more that I can quickly cover, well, not quickly, but that I can cover in this. If you do have any questions, I'm just trying to rattle my brain for a second. Feel quite free to chuck them up. And I can spit out a few answers while I'm trying to rattle this out. But I think that might be it for this one. So I'll just recap what we've gone through for those out there. So the first thing we went through was incidental exercise, which is exercise that you don't really know what you're doing. Now this is great because you can burn that extra 900 calories a week just by doing it for 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Well, not 5 minutes a day, sorry, 5 minutes every hour whilst at work, okay? So if you're sitting behind a desk every hour, just get up, go for a 5-minute walk, come back down, you can get an extra 900 calories burnt in a week just by doing that. Second, cardio training. It can be good, can be bad as well, okay? So don't do anything longer, steady state wise, longer than 45 minutes, can lead to muscle breakdown, and we don't want that happening because it just hinders our weight loss effort in the long run. And a lot of steady state stuff, especially walking and running for larger people, can be a lot taxing, can be very taxing on joints and body parts and that. So just take it easy with that and work your way up. Second, weight work. Got to get into weight work, guys. Weight work is the bomb for weight loss. One, it builds muscle, which is metabolically active in your body, which means it uses fat just to exist. It uses energy just to exist. So get onto the resistance training, build some muscle mass up. Don't worry, ladies, you're not going to get big and bulky like Arnold Schwarzenegger or other bodybuilders out there. It's just not going to happen. So definitely don't worry about that. But yeah, definitely start getting into some resistance training. It'll help build that muscle mass for the metabolically active. So to definitely boost your metabolic rate. 2, it'll help you with all your day-to-day activities, guys. You'll feel great. It'll be easy to do everything. You'll have so much more energy. You'll be able to get up easier in the morning. You'll be less tired of the daytime with resistance training. Third was high-intensity interval training. Now, for beginners, I recommend doing 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off for 5 exercises, 5 rounds for each exercise. That's my recommendation. Mix the exercises up, do a lot of body weight stuff, so a bit of resistance, a bit of cardio. So the cardio stuff you can put in there could be a walk or a sprint on the spot, some body weight exercise that you could put in, squats or burpees and stuff like that. So resistance training and high intensity training, the research behind them now has been shown that you actually get an increased metabolic rate from those for anywhere up to 48 hours after the exercise that you've just done. So your metabolic rate, which means you're burning more energy, is that much higher after doing those sessions than what would be doing a cardio session, a normal steady state cardio session. So definitely try those two ones out, guys. And the good thing is for high intensity interval training, it's so short. I mean, like, you can get it knocked out of the way in like 20 minutes. It's not that long at all. So getting in there, getting it done, short, sharp, sweet, 20 minutes, reasonably easy to adhere to, because you don't have to have that extended time to do it. So try and jump on that. Other than that, guys, I don't think I've got too much more on this one, actually. But if you do have any quick questions, quickly put them in now and I can answer them. Other than that, if you do want to calculate your own metabolic rates, at the moment, jump onto our website, enlivenyourfuture.com. If you go to the blogs page, you'll see the blog it's 5 no BS reasons why people can't lose weight. If you jump on that blog, there's actually a metabolic and a BMI calculator on top of that blog. So chuck your dates in there, it'll spit out a number, and that'll give you your metabolic rate. That's about it for this one, guys. You can get in there, start programming your own exercise now if you want. If you need a hand doing it, please feel free to give us a yell. Best time to train, Steve, for you? Personally, for anyone, I'd recommend training in the morning. One, you get it over and done with, you get it knocked out of the way, and you don't have to worry about it in the afternoon. If you're like me, you get tired of an afternoon, so when you get home, especially if you do get home, you really don't want to go out after that. So personally, I would highly recommend doing it before work. Now, if you do get up ridiculously early for work, maybe try and tack it on straight after work though. So go to the gym or do your workout before you even sit down at home, because we all know once we sit down, we don't want to do anything after that. So I hope that answered your question, Steve. If you do have any more, feel quite free to chuck them up. But that's about it for this video, guys. I hope to see you all on the next one, which is next Thursday, which is all about sustainment, actually. So it's going to be a really good one. So we're going to go through stuff like how you can eat better when you go out, how to say actually no to a lot of things that people might get you to do, and stuff like that. It's really a good one, and how to stay healthy while on holidays as well. So that's about it. So Steve, racking brain for a good snack for Arvo beside fruit and nuts. There's heaps of stuff you can do out there. You can make a lot of stuff. There's a lot of recipes out there which I might put up actually. I'll get one up over the weekend. Recipes for like little protein balls, little meat snacks, making your own jerky. If you get dehydrated, that'd be good. Make your own jerky, a whole bunch of other little snacks. So I'm just trying to rack my brain now. There are bags you can get out there now. I've got one from Six Pack Fitness. They're really, really good. They've got little ice packs stuck in them. Now I can take 6 little containers. They're about that big. I can take 6 little containers into work, which means I don't need snacks at all during the day, because if you eat one of those over the course of the day, it's you don't need snacks at all and you don't feel hungry whatsoever. But we will keep on looking at my computer then, but I will chuck on the Facebook group little recipes for snacks and that as well. So make sure you check those out, Steve, and that'll hopefully answer your question even more. Well, I am going to wrap it up now, guys. I've got to go. There's stuff to do. So Make sure you guys jump on the next one, which is next Thursday, all about sustainment. And just to let you know before I go, we've got a lot planned coming up in the next few months. We've got the the 7-day challenge, which is starting in just over a week. That is 100% totally free. We've also got our Healthy and Happy Women project, which is our flagship course. That is getting off the ground properly in the next couple of weeks. And we're also starting up our online personal training as well. So if you do want programs written for you, meal plans and all that sort of good gear, we can start doing that very, very shortly. We'll keep you posted. But all the news will start going on the website shortly and in the Facebook group. If you do have any questions, make sure you do shoot me an email, brett@enlivenyourfuture.com, or just send us a message through Facebook, through the Facebook group. Thanks for your time, guys. It's been great chatting to you guys, and I will see you next Thursday. See ya.